Adobe's war on tech journalism continues full force as they have issued a second fraudulent copyright claim to YouTube about the Lunduke Journal in the last day and a half, in the last 20 some odd hours, actually. It's crazy. They're going full out at this, and neither of the two copyright claims would hold up in court. The second one being even more absolutely absurd and absurdly fraudulent than the first one. Let me walk you through exactly how this has been going down. So yesterday, I reported that Adobe and YouTube had censored one of the videos published by the Lunduke Journal, alleging that it was in violation of Adobe's copyright. Now, the specific video in question was this one. An April 21st show where I published a leaked video from inside Adobe, supplied to the Lunduke Journal by a whistleblower within Adobe, wherein the Adobe CEO and the Adobe Chief People Officer, real job, had announced their ending of diversity, equity, and inclusion policies within Adobe. Now, I published this video on April 21st, and Adobe apparently does not want people to see this video because they have said that it violates their copyright on it for me to publish it. Here's the thing, though. There are so many laws within the United States that protects my ability to publish this newsworthy information and newsworthy videos that have a specific and very noteworthy public interest. They are news. In fact, if copyright law could be applied to this sort of breaking news and public interest sort of video snippets, there would be no news at all, because absolutely every company, every politician around the world would say, oh, you can't show that video of me. It violates my copyright for you to show a video of me talking. No. That's not how this works. Adobe's lawyers and YouTube's lawyers, they know for a fact that's not how this works. So Adobe making this copyright claim on this video is fraudulent. They are knowingly misusing and abusing copyright law in order to silence a tech journalist who is reporting on the news. But it gets even more ridiculous than that, because they have now issued a second copyright notice to YouTube, and YouTube has responded by taking down this video, issuing a strike against the Lunduke Journal account, and issuing a threat that they're going to disable my YouTube account entirely should this continue, for a second video. Now, this video was from April 16th, entitled Adobe Scaling Back DEI, Dropping Diversity Quotas. Here's the crazy thing about it. According to the email that I received from YouTube, the reason that video was removed was that it contained, quote, Adobe confidential all hands meeting in the entire video, and it was requested by Adobe. But that video, the April 16th video, did not contain an all-hands meeting from Adobe. It's not in there at all. There is nothing to object to in there, even in the slightest. The April 21st leaked video, yes, the all-hands video is in there, but no, Adobe doesn't have grounds to take down that video on a copyright claim. They just simply don't. The April 16th video, what they object to isn't even in that video. It's just me talking about public-facing documents related to Adobe. There's not even the shaky ground of a copyright claim against this video. And Adobe knows that if they watched the video, which, according to the complaint, they did. Therefore, Adobe is committing fraud. They are knowingly abusing illegally the copyright laws of the United States and multiple other laws in order to censor, silence, and intimidate tech journalists who have been critical of Adobe's statements and practices. This is wild. This is happening right now, and it is crazy. And here's I'm just want to show you this little bit here. Should Adobe make one more copyright claim against the Lunduke Journal. The Lunduke Journal has several videos, including this one, that are critical of Adobe. Now, is there anything in this video that Adobe could actually object to? Absolutely not. But there was nothing they could legally object to from the previous video either. But if they should issue a copyright claim to YouTube about this video, or about the video that I published yesterday about their first round of censorship, YouTube will remove the Lunduke Journal's account entirely. The Lunduke Journal channel on YouTube will cease to exist. And there is absolutely not much I can do about that outside of getting lawyers involved, which may very well be the next step. I've already been contacted by multiple lawyers who have suggested that it's time for me to take legal action against both Adobe and Google based on this. We'll see how that plays out. I have, of course, reached out to Adobe and to Google and to YouTube executives. I've reached out to executives, PR teams, marketing teams, their social media heads, all of them. The exact contacts supplied within, let me show you this here, supplied within the copyright notice. There is a contact info email. I have contacted that person. No response at all. I repeatedly contacted Adobe and informed them and pointed out to them that they have in fact committed fraud here in order to silence a working tech journalist, in order to silence criticism of Adobe. And they have not responded. The only response they have given was when I published a video critical of them, they issued another copyright claim against me. So they simply punish me every time I speak out against Adobe. Every time I say, hey, Adobe is doing something shady, they punish me. They reach out and they attempt to silence and censor me even more every single time. This is a bullying tactic. It is an illegal tactic in the United States of America, and it is one that I don't think is going to stand. Now, it should also be noted that as of this point, I made a, let me show you this here. I made a post over on X where I posted the screenshots of my copyright strikes and the email I received about it and all that sort of thing. Pointing out that Adobe was committing fraud and lying in order to get critical videos of them removed. That post has now been liked 672 times. Here's the crazy thing about that. I posted this a few hours ago, noting that is more than any Adobe post has received in the last 10 to 11 months. In the time since I made that declaration, the likes continue to climb, and this has now been seen and liked more. It's now been liked more than anything Adobe has posted in over a year. And it's continuing to ramp up. The Streisand effect is in full effect. It has been activated, son. People are seeing this news and promoting this news about Adobe censoring journalists, about Adobe misusing and abusing copyright law fraudulently in order to stop technology journalists from reporting on them in ways they don't like. That is getting reported on and covered now and liked more on social media than Adobe's own news. Yeah. Good job, Adobe. You kind of shot your own foot on this one. Now, again, my email's open. I have sent out so many emails to Adobe leadership. Adobe, they have got my email address. They've got 2 of my email addresses. I used 2 just in case there was like a spam blocking issue or something. They've got 2 of my email addresses. They know exactly what's going on here. They have my contact information, and they have yet to reach out at all to mediate, to discuss their point of view, to anything. I'm going to say to Adobe, reach out. It's not too late to stop this train, because as it stands right now, this is looking increasingly likely to go to a legal battle. And it is not one that is going to end well for Adobe. It is going to be bad for them from a PR standpoint because they're out there silencing tech journalists by abusing copyright law. No one's going to say good job Adobe on that one. Not even people who dislike me are going to say, oh, Adobe did right. This is pretty gnarly of them. And what's more, it looks like the law is on my side in a pretty major, whole lot of precedent sort of way. So Adobe, reach out to me, email me, get back to me. I would be happy to publish any sort of comment you would supply. And if you would like to go to YouTube and say, hey, YouTube, let's get rid of those 2 strikes, we take it back, I'm willing to drop this. I'm not a litigious guy. So I'm willing to drop this right now if you remove those two strikes and apologize. Do it now, and this ends now. Thank you to all of the subscribers to the Lunduke Journal who make it possible for me to do this work. I want to say this very clearly. If you watch the Lunduke Journal shows on YouTube, there is a very real chance that through a collusion, a business arrangement between YouTube and Adobe, my channel might be going away soon. It has already got 2 copyright strikes. Count them, 2 copyright strikes from between April 23rd and 24th. So over the course of 2 days, 2 strikes. It's April 25th now. Who knows when the 3rd strike's going to drop? I recommend following the Lunduke Journal somewhere else too. Even if you love YouTube, even if YouTube is the way you like to get your news and your video sources, that's fine. And I'm not going to make you stop that. But I recommend following me somewhere else, on X, on Locals, on Rumble, shoot, even on Facebook. Go to lunduke.com. There's a whole bunch of links there where you can grab the Lunduke Journal. Find one that works well for you, because you don't know when the YouTube channel is going to go away. That's just, it seems highly likely that at some point, YouTube is going to censor the Lunduke Journal so much that it will not be there anymore. They censor me all the time. They demonetize my videos, which isn't really that big of a deal because I just don't care about the YouTube monetization. But they demonetize it. They shadow ban the Lunduke Journal's channel. They drop me out of the algorithms constantly. It's fine. But it's going to go away entirely at some point because YouTube and Adobe and all these other big tech companies, they won't stand for people reporting the truth. And they will lie and commit fraud and abuse copyright law in order to annihilate the Lunduke Journal channel on YouTube. So go to X. Go to x.com/Lunduke Journal. That's what it is. And subscribe over there just for free so you get the reports as they flow in. If for no other reason than so that you can watch these shows, like the leaked video from the Adobe CEO. You can't watch that on YouTube. It's not allowed by YouTube or Adobe. They just won't allow you to do that because they don't want you to know the truth about big tech companies. It's just the Lunduke Journal that provides it. Luckily, I haven't been censored at all on X, not since X became X, right? Back when it was Twitter, I was censored all the time. Once Elon took it over, no censorship has happened at all with me. But there's lots of other platforms, Rumble and all sorts of places where you can grab it and watch it. I recommend it. And thank you to the subscribers who make it possible for me to do this work without needing to rely on advertising revenue. I mean, it would be incredibly annoying and difficult and a major hit to my business should the YouTube channel go away. No doubt about it. But because of all of you subscribing on Locals and Substack and Patreon and Itch and Rumble and Facebook and so many other places, and the audio podcast, most of you are in the audio podcast. Because you do that, if the YouTube channel goes away, the Lunduke Journal will survive. All of the shows that I publish, if you watch them on YouTube, they're also available on Rumble or X. In fact, you can get all of my shows on X or Locals or any of these places. So go pick another place where you can also watch the shows. listen to the shows and get all of my posts. Find somewhere else to grab them. It's all at lunduke.com. Links right up top. It's the easiest to navigate. It's the most old school website of any news publication because it's literally just a list of HTML links, and that's it. That's all. There's one picture, no JavaScript, no CSS really. I think there's like one CSS tag in the whole gosh darn page. The thing renders just fine in really old browsers, and there's just links. Go find a link, follow it somewhere else. Crazy. I will keep everyone posted as this continues because it's nuts. This is absolutely crazy. I don't know what Adobe is thinking. This is just quite simply a bonehead move on their part. It is so boneheaded. It's crazy. With that, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, nerds and nerdettes across the inner tubes, I do declare, end broadcast.